What is happening, guys? We are here live. Hopefully, hopefully you can hear me. I've just got this wild tech setup here that has been a labor of love for the last 24 hours, and hopefully this makes a really engaging, fun live stream for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy it. And if you do, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And yeah, we're gonna be working on a project here today. But let me know where you guys tuning in from. What do you guys want to see from a live stream if I continue to do these? I'm really thinking of doing this much more often. You know, I've been fortunate enough to partner with UA on their channel to produce some content, and you know, all of the time from client work, working with them, you know, my time for this channel is limited, but I love this channel and I'm gonna keep it going. And this is the way I think I might be able to keep it going. In addition to bringing out a whole bunch of new tools in 2025, as well as like produced content as well. So yeah, anyways, how you doing? If you guys want to give me a follow or a sub, right, you follow me at you know, the Steve Kinney on Instagram. Obviously this is my YouTube channel, so hit the sub button. And if you want to support the channel further, you can go to thestevekinney.com, where I have you know, Luna track presets. That's a huge new update that I just pushed out. So all of my console classics, heritage classics presets now load natively in Luna, which is really cool. So you can check that out. Or if you want to work with me directly, you can go there to book time, and we can work on your projects together. Now, with that said, I am working on a project here today that I just got back from the studio, and I'm basically just buttoning it up from the Pro Tools session. We're gonna bounce it out and jump into Luna and kind of recreate the session so we can continue to move forward over here. If you didn't know how my process works, you know, here in Nashville, you always do the session band thing. So you go to a session studio, you produce out your song. That's a whole process in and of itself. But you know, you get all these tracks back, and then from there, you might have to do some overdubs, maybe some more steel guitar or electric guitar dubs, and then of course vocals. And so that just means you got to get the project back, clean it up, and if you work in Pro Tools, you just keep going. But if you're like me, I work in Luna, so I'm gonna work my way out of Pro Tools here. So you're gonna hear it straight from the studio, and we're gonna get going here in just a second. So yeah, let's get it going. So yeah, we're looking at the drums, and yeah, it's got a lot of tracks here. And this is obviously, if you're not familiar with Pro Tools, this is the playlist view, so you see, you know, all of the comps and whatnot. Just real quick, I'm gonna check the comments here. Let's see. Yo, what's up, distant sun? I am having a good day. And yeah, cool. We got some UAD supporters here. That's awesome. But all right, look, let's go through it. So let me unsolo this group, and you know, we'll kind of just play the track and let you guys kind of see where it's at. Now again, it's pretty raw. Pretty raw. There's no processing. This is all just straight tracks. So I'm gonna top it.
I got a modular home in a tornado zone, but if you that'll blow you away, a baby that'll rock and rooster that can cock and doodles all day. Oh, there's a 70-inch Panasonic hanging on the wall. In this land of the free, makes me believe one day we have it all. 11 day American dream, heading on where I'd rather be.
All right, yeah, now it's a fun song. So what I'm going to be doing here in this, in this edit session, what I'm looking for is basically just checking the fills, making sure that all of the comp is good for the arrangement, and just really taking my time with it. So yeah, let's dive into it. So I'm gonna solo up just to keep things simple here. We're gonna solo up the drums. And we're gonna solo up, I believe, the acoustic and bass for sure. And then vocals. And then we'll kind of just, again, we'll kind of just go through section by section. And what I look for, what I'm really doing here is, like right here, I see that there's a fill here, and I kind of want to audition that against where the vocal is, where the bass is, etc. So let's kind of play this through right to here. Also, like, you can really see that the drummer, the tracking session drummer, he played very consistent parts throughout all of this. So you can kind of deduce some information from the waveform. And then I just look for things that are a little different, and then I just audition it. That's all I'm doing.
A baby that a rock, a rooster that can cock the doodle-doodle-doodles all day. Oh, we ain't rich, but there's a 70-inch Panasonic hanging on the wall in this land of the free.
Okay, that's a really simple kind of thing there. Let's audition. Definitely good as is. All right, keeping it going.
Makes me believe that one day we could have it all. But living the American dream. Hey.
Okay. What's this lane look like?
Makes me believe that one day we could have it all. But
nope.
Makes me believe that one day we could have it all. But living the
Yeah, much cleaner. Like listening back through the whole playback, it was really clean. I don't think I'm gonna have hardly anything really to do, but you always gotta give it that attention to detail. So that's what we're doing here today.
rather be donuts and sweet iced tea. Nobody count me on calories. Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me, baby, and baby makes three. We're living the American dream. Now that inflation's hit, I can tell you this with a pension like the devil. I'll queen a coupon so we can save on a 3-for-1 toilet paper special. I got a backyard pool, we blow up to wear blue. When it gets hotter than sand, then we pray for rain, waiting for the day that it's full enough so we can jump in. We're living the American dream. Hey, no.
Okay, let's audition some of these.
Waiting for the day that it's full enough so we can jump in. We're living the American.
Looks like we really only have like 2 options here, so.
Waiting for the day that it's full enough so we can jump in. We're living the American dream.
Okay, I dig that one. So we might hop that guy up. And I think that this is just a copy there. But there was also another fill back here that sounded really cool.
Pray for rain, waiting for the day that it's full enough. Pray for rain, waiting for the day that it's full.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, we're good. All right. Just copy this guy. Actually, I might just do this like so. Send to top.
Pray for rain, waiting for the day that it's full enough so we can jump in. We're living the American dream.
All right, so there's a bit of a mismatch there. Let's clean that. Also, I don't always work in Pro Tools, guys, FYI. That was a tasty bass lick. Let's listen to some of these fills here. Nope, don't like it. That's kind of cool. It's got a bit of energy. Let's listen to I believe this one. Yeah, this is that one. So, or sorry, one of these ones, because I think that's the original take, and they just playlisted it up. So let's check this one. I think that's the same. Cool. I do like that. Send that to the top. See what cleanup work we need.
Living the American dream.
See if that cleans it up.
Living the American dream.
Yeah, cool. I'll go back through and double check these fades, but that should have a crossfade like that. And also probably want to, yeah, okay. Let's double check this one. Whoops. Yeah, okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's get a little crossfade action. Perfect. All right. Let's go back here.
For the day that is full enough so we can jump in. We're living the American.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a little funky, I think. Yeah. Let's see if that makes it any cleaner.
We're living the American dream.
No, it's worse. Might just have to use this one and then push it out a bit further. Like that.
For the day that is full enough so we can jump in. We're living the American dream. Hey, no, American dream.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Reason being is when I go to like time stretch it, this will sound, or time align it, like this will sound more natural that way. And then crossfade this guy. Sometimes I kind of stumble my way through Pro Tools here. Yeah, that's cool. And let's play this. Actually, no, we were here. Let's hear this one. I think is a little different. Let's hear this. I like that one better. That's nice.
We're living the American dream. I know where I'd rather be. Oh, Ozempic and sweet iced tea. Rather be. Oh,
Let's listen to this.
I know where I'd rather be. Oh, Ozempic and sweet iced. I know where I'd rather be. Oh, I know where I'd rather be. Oh, I know where I'd rather be. Oh, Ozempic.
I think I'll just keep it as is there.
I know where I'd rather be. Oh, Ozempic and sweet iced tea.
Yep, that's good. Drag that guy right up. Small cross. And then I think from there, that's pretty much the same file, I think.
Oh, Ozempic and sweet iced tea. Nobody count me on calories. Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me, baby, and baby makes three. We're living the American dream. Ain't nowhere I'd rather be. Living the American dream.
Sweet. I think that that's good for the drums. All right, let's pull up. Honestly, like when I listen back to the main arrangement with everything in, like I really don't have much of an issue with what's playing. Everything fits really nice. I remember that at the studio too that day. Just kind of thinking that. So, but we'll still kind of listen through each part, make sure the crossfades are right. There's a lot of punches on this bass track, so, and a lot of comps and stuff. So we'll just kind of make sure that that's good.
On it is on, but if you that'll blow you away. A baby that'll rock a rooster that cock a doodle doodle doodles all day. Oh, we ain't.
Let's see what's going on with this guy. Yeah. Does he hit the same note?
We ain't.
Yeah, he does.
Doodles all day. Oh, we ain't.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, we ain't rich.
It's almost like having nothing right in there makes that kick hit harder, which is kind of interesting. It's like just behind the beat.
Oh, we ain't.
And then of course this feels a tad rushed because of it. Let's see if it sounds better this way.
Oh, we ain't rich.
And I think there's some time alignment stuff here with the hi-hat.
Oh, we ain't.
That's all right. That's cool. I'm gonna work with that, I think.
Oh, we ain't rich. We ain't rich. We ain't rich, but there's a 70-inch Panasonic hanging on the wall. In this land of the free, makes me believe that one day we could have it all. But let me be American.
That's cool.
American dream, ain't nowhere I'd rather be. Donuts and sweet iced tea. Nobody count them calories. Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me.
Let's just look at this fade. Yeah. That would be probably the same note, I'm assuming. Let's make sure he's playing that the same, so we'll just this up. Yeah, okay, that just needed a cleaner comp there. That's good. Drag that back. Oh, okay. All right. It's a bit of a cheat there. Let's check that one. Oh, yep, okay. All right, we're gonna time align that baby for sure. Let's look at the playlists on this. Oh, it's not bad. Kind of like the tone of that though. All right. So I think this was what happened was this part is a punch, I want to say, over top of, I think, this one. So they would have playlisted that to the top. Yeah, that's... Okay, we might just have to deal with that one. Yeah. Oh, we got a couple chats here. I'm gonna respond to some chats. What's up, Eaton? I've never been to Minneapolis, but Nashville's nice today. Really nice today. It's about 80. It's a good day. Good day for staying in the studio. Let's just solo up this because it's bugging me. Yeah, okay. That gets out of the way a bit more. Let's pull up the vocal and some of the other stuff here. Yeah, that definitely stays out of the way. Let's audition the other one though. It's kind of nice. But, you know, the resolve, I think, feels quite a bit different in the vocal. So, you know, I'm always paying attention for that relationship between the vocal and what the rhythm's doing. It's not an uncommon thing to say, but, you know, definitely something to point out. Yeah, so we can work with this. You know, I'll just end up tightening up the timing a bit in Luna whenever we bounce over to there. And then what else we got? Yep, just another cleanup thing. Oh, yeah, see, look. Let's drag that back. Another punch cleanup thing here. Cool, bass good, drums good. Let's check out the acoustics. Fun fact. A lot of keyboard shortcuts are the same ones that Luna has in Pro Tools, like expand, E. Same thing. R and T for zoom. So if you've never used Pro Tools but you're in Luna, you'll feel pretty comfortable. All right, so let's look at the first one here, the top. I think he played it pretty much all the way through. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's some punches. Yeah, I mean, you're never gonna hear that. That sounds good. I'm a fan of that though. Paulo, yeah. So let me just acknowledge that real quick. Yeah. So I'm not in Luna at the moment. I mentioned at the top of the stream, but I'm not in Luna at the moment because like pretty much my entire workflow here in town revolves around doing session band work at a commercial studio. And then I take that session band stuff back and then I work with the artist to do vocal overdubs, or if we need to add more like fiddles or more keys, and we just have a singular instrument overdub kind of thing. From that point, I'm in Luna and I'm working at the studio here. But whenever we're doing main tracking, you know, we're at a commercial studio with the 5-piece band doing the Nashville thing where they use the Nashville numbers system. And they're all going to be in Pro Tools at those studios. And so what I've found is because the keyboard shortcuts in Pro Tools and Luna are so similar, it's easy for me to take the Pro Tools session and kind of comp and edit there and then just do a flat export of the waves and then build my session in Luna from there with the raw audio, and then start, you know, mixing and putting together a static mix for additional tracking like vocals and overdubs and stuff. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just cleaning up the edit directly from the studio. This is once they hit the save button and we walked out the door. So that's what you're looking at and listening to. Yeah, so let's keep it going. All right, so back to the acoustic. Yeah, another thing too with this is you'll kind of see me as I go through these edits. Even though it sounds pretty good, I'm still just a little picky on where I like my crossfade points to be at. So, you know, I have mine here rather than being on the downbeat. And sometimes you hear it, sometimes you don't. In that case, I didn't hear it. But I still was just going to be picky about that. I wonder if there's a better downbeat hit there. Sometimes I can't get that contextual key to... There we go. Just kind of a meh hit. That's a bit better in my opinion, but let's audition this. It's probably one of the two. That's probably all we got. Yeah, okay, we're rocking with that. That's cool. All right, yeah, that's good. That'll be fine. Cool, and it's possible too, like sometimes I'll do some edits in Luna even after the fact. Like if this part right here still bugs me, I might fly a better chorus start right to the top of this. And it's just faster for me in Luna, just because I'm so used to looking at it. All right, that acoustic's good. Let's clean up this one. One thing I hate in Pro Tools is that it jumps tracks when you're scrolling, and it's a pain in the butt. That might be just me not knowing how to use Pro Tools as well, also. All right, let's move forward. Here's a punch. Yep, you can hear that one for sure. Kind of jumps forward a bit. Let's see what we can do about it. Yeah, that's pretty clean. What was wrong? Why did he do that? I kind of like that. That's nice. And let's zoom in, make sure our fade is there. Man, that jumping is really getting to me. Is it bothering other people? All right, where's the next punch? Here. Oh, that'll be fine. Oh yeah, okay. All right, this one is this one was a bit of a, this could be a problem, but let's listen in. Let's see here. What's up, Donna? All right, wow, okay. We might have to do some weird editing on this. If you listen closely on your right ear, you'll hear like, it sounds like a zipper, but it's not a zipper. I'll tell you what it is. So right towards the very end of tracking, we were hearing this noise. Turns out it was the cable not being completely seated in the microphone. It was a tube mic they were using, and it was oscillating this weird sound. And there's a bunch of takes later in the track that you can really hear it. So this will probably be something I fix in Luna. Yeah, let's listen. So I'll probably just end up taking one of these takes where he plays that same chord, and then for the resolve, just take that, you know, or this one. So those will be fine, but that is a problem. And then for this, still not a problem, because I actually prefer it for this part of the edit, because with this little space, I'm ensuring that I'm starting good here. So I'm gonna leave that like that. Just double check that I didn't do anything weird back there. Cool, we're good. Yeah, cool. Let's see if you can start that better. I mean, you'd never really hear that in the mix, but still. Okay. So is there some playlists here? There is not. He was just punching. All right, so what's he done? All right, well, that's the best we got. Probably gonna have to just leave that one like that, I think. Somewhere in there. I don't think I'm going to hit him too hard on this one because he was doing a great job. But timing's a little questionable throughout there. We can fix that. There is a missing note here. Let's listen back. That one's going to be really tough to fix, I'll be honest. Let's listen to the comp. Does he play the same one? I think he does. Okay, so I'm gonna have to separately export out this as well and bring that in to fix that. Again, I'll do that in Luna because I feel very clunky here. Yeah, all right. That is something to note for later. Clean thing there, we're good. This will probably be another little spot that I'm going to fix in Luna. That's going to be a fly and a blend with this. I just don't feel like flying it in Pro Tools at the moment. And I've got what I need in the track to do it, so we're good. Let's make sure this sounds right. Bring up the other guitar here. Okay, so I think we might have been working fast and loose on this second guitar pass. That's okay. I can like making it so there's a bit of pick scrape from the previous take combined with where the transient actually is for this other take will make it so that I can get a good comp. Gabriel makes a really great point that a lot of producers' work is non-glamorous, but let's be honest, this is pretty glamorous. This is in 4K, so, you know, we're rocking today. No, great point, Gabriel. This is about as glamorous as it gets. Let's move this guy back to here. That'll be good. And then, yeah, there we go. I'll do a lot more audio cleanup work on this again in Luna. Cool. So those are good. So we've done drums, bass, acoustic. Those are all good. Perk is just a loop, and they've quantized that and whatnot. That's solid. We're good there. So, electrics. Also, if you guys have questions on anything, feel free, drop it in the chat. Like if you're curious on why I did what I did, etc. Happy to answer them. That's what this is. That's what we're doing here today. All right. Just because I know I'm going to be doing this in Luna. Let's pull up a little context here. I mean, all of that's cool. You kind of want this electric guitar like just kind of out of the way. So yeah, we're not really looking to do anything crazy here. Let's turn our groups back on. Man, that is really messing with me. All right. Let's pull up the playlist. Let's see what keys are doing right through there. Not a whole lot yet. Well, this section feels pretty good. Make sure the other guitar is not fighting that as well. Yep. I like this performance quite a bit. And I'll just kind of tell you my thoughts on what I'm thinking. You know, like the way that this guitar is kind of bouncing off the other guitar. It's staying out of the way, but also kind of still grounding it in like a bit more rock. You know, a little bit more rock and roll. And I don't mean rock and roll like modern rock. I mean like old school rock and roll. And that's cool. So I like that. All right, now we need to start bringing in that vocal so we can hear what's going on against this guitar, because there's some cool things happening on these other takes.
The American dream, ain't nowhere the American dream, ain't nowhere I'd rather be. Donuts and sweet iced tea, nobody.
So this section becomes quite different.
The American dream, ain't nowhere I'd rather be. Donuts and
Okay, so there's a little bit of something that I'm wanting to kind of work out here.
Nobody count them calories. Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me, baby, and
Cool. Okay.
nobody count them calories. Got everything we almost need.
Yeah, so this section I want to pull from this one. But let's listen to what's going on with this one too.
Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me, baby, and a baby makes three. We're living.
Cool. Okay. I think I've got my plan. So what I'm going to do is pull this section. And also, I've grouped these things together. So this is the DI. This is the DI track of this mic track. And you're hearing the mic. So let's bounce this up. And zoom in and clean it up. So one thing about the DIs is that it gives you a better sense of where the pluck is.
Got everything we got them calories. Them calories. Got everything we got.
All right, that sounds pretty good, but let's see if I can tighten it up.
Got everything we got.
Let's listen to it in solo. This is when you want to, like what they say, no, never mix in solo. This is when you want to mix in solo because you're not really mixing. Where is vocal? All right, I'm listening for attack. I want more attack. Yep, that's probably the way we're gonna want to go. Zoom in, clean this up. Clean this side up. Okay, so let's listen to the comp again. Oh yeah, crap. Okay, I was listening to the playlist the whole time. All right. Classic. Let's see what we can do about this. That's what we gotta fix. So I think that's my cue to know that this whole thing back here was all right. So I gotta go further back with this purple one. Like way back. See what this sounds like. Yeah. That whole section there. Yeah, that's probably what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, now we're talking. Cool. That's hilarious. There we go. So that sounds like a slight bit of a unconfident performance there. So let's fix that as well. I'm wondering, I'm pretty sure that this section might actually clean that up. And maybe even this one too. I like the bark and attack of this guy though, so I wonder if I could Frankenstein it. Because if you look, this starts right about where this one starts. So yeah, we might be able to cheat that in. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to take this bit up to about there. So trial and error here. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky. I might just have to take this whole bit, truthfully. Yeah, that's a bummer. Let's not speak too soon. I'm gonna try one more thing. Okay, that's a bit funky, but I think I can make that work. All right, now let's listen to this take. Pay attention to that, because I know I'm gonna have to take this guy out quite a bit. Yeah. I like that riff. I mean, that's cool. Yeah, that's where he just messed up. Maybe? There we go. Crossfade that out. Now we gotta solve this bit. It's a Frankenstein, isn't it? Jude and Judy. 6 guitar takes. No, this is a DI track up top here. If you're following my mouse, I know it's small. This track up top is a DI track, and then this is the amped track. Yeah. Okay, so I gotta fix this bit because it sounds funky. I'm thinking maybe this. Let's try it. Still listening to that. I mean, that would have been cool if he did it, if he meant to play it like that. Bant, bant. That'd been cool. Let's listen to this one. Okay, so there's probably no fixing it. We're just gonna have to choose a different part. Probably gonna have to choose that and just put that whole thing in. But one more time, let me think of something. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, not gonna work. Just not gonna work. Okay. Okay, so that's probably the best bit. Let's throw in some more context. And bring the drums in. Bring the vocal back. Just kind of listen.
The American dream ain't nowhere I'd rather be. Donuts and sweet iced tea. Nobody count me on calories. Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me, baby, and a baby makes 3. We're living the American dream.
Sounds great. I like it. That's cool. All right, let's lock it and clean this bit up. And clean this bit up. Nice. These should already be clean. They are. Moving along.
Relations hit, I can tell you this. Living penny pinching like the devil. I'm a queen of coupons. on so we could save on a 3-4 relations hit. I can tell you this ribbon penny pension like the devil. I'm a queen of coupons. Relations hit. I can tell you this ribbon penny pension like the devil. Relations hit. I can tell you this. Relations hit. I can tell you this ribbon.
Okay, we're gonna rock the original, well, the top lane.
Penny pension like the devil. I'm a queen of coupons so we could save on a 3-for-1 toilet paper special. I got a backyard pool, we blow up to where blue. When it gets hotter than sand, then we pray for rain, waiting for the day that it's falling up.
Okay, let's maybe see what's going on the back half now.
Toilet paper special. I got a backyard pool, we blow up to where blue. When it gets hotter than sand, then we pray for rain, waiting for the day that it's falling up.
That's cool. I wish that attack there was cool at the very end, but no, I actually kind of like that. Let's compare them.
I got a back. I got a back. I got a back.
I like that. This comp down here so far.
I got a backyard pool, we blow up to where blue. When it gets hotter than sand, then we I got a backyard pool, we blow up to where blue. When it gets hotter than sand, then we pray for rain, wait.
So I'm thinking right here we might go back to the original.
Pray for rain, waiting for the day that it's falling up so we can jump.
Let's listen to this middle one.
Pray for rain, waiting for the day.
Totally not the direction in that middle one. So yeah, I like this pickup. We're gonna choose this, and let's find a good spot to enter.
You could save on a 3-for-1 toilet paper special. I got.
So probably right there.
I got a backyard pool, we blow up to where blue. When it gets hotter than sand, then we special.
Yeah, let's jump that up and make sure that that sounds good.
3-for-1 toilet paper special. I got a backyard pool, we blow up to where blue. When it gets hotter than sand, then we pray for rain, waiting for the day that it's falling up.
Nice, that'll work. I like it. Maybe see if I can pull that off. Let's see if that's the right way or the right note.
Toilet paper special.
Much nicer. I like the attack. And then just give it a little fade.
Toilet paper special. I got a backyard pool, we blow up to where blue. When it gets hotter than.
Hit the fade. And then cool, moving along.
Waiting for the day that it's falling up so we can jump in. We're living the American dream. Ain't nowhere I'd rather be. Hot dogs and sweet iced tea. Nobody count them calories. Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me, baby, and a baby makes 3.
Yeah, I'm not really hearing anything crazy that's standing out. One more time here.
Jump in, we're living the American dream. Ain't nowhere I'd rather be. Hot dogs and sweet iced tea. Nobody count them calories. Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me, baby, and a baby makes 3. Living the American dream.
Yeah, cool. All good there. Let's listen to this.
That big and sweet iced tea. Nobody count them calories. Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me.
Yeah, all right. Let's listen to this one.
Big and sweet iced tea. Big and sweet iced tea. Big and sweet iced tea. Nobody count them calories. Got everything we almost need. And it's triple wide reality. You and me. Triple wide reality. You and me.
Nope. Okay, that's a dub. Clean entry exit there.
Living the American dream. Ain't nowhere I'd rather be.
Let's see what's going on down here.
American dream. Ain't nowhere I'd rather. American dream. American dream. Ain't nowhere I'd rather be.
I wonder if I could cheat this one because it just seems a little tighter to the rhythm. So let's pop that up and see what that sounds like.
Living the American dream. Ain't nowhere I'd rather.
Yeah, cool. I'll take it. It's a Frankenstein, but I'll take it.
American dream. Dream. Ain't nowhere I'd rather be.
Cool. All right, guitar 1. Done. All right, so yeah, so it's at this point that I would be diving into guitar 2, which we will do. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys like and subscribe and leave comments. Please interact in these comments. I'm planning on doing a lot more of these streams, so let me know in the comments like where I should take these streams. If you want to see more editing, or if you enjoy just seeing me work. Do I need to be more interactive? Yeah, let me know, because I'm going to be going back through this chat after the stream, and I'll be going for a little bit longer here, I think. And yeah, we'll probably go and work through the next guitar part. But I got to get through all of this and then flatten it out, bring it into Luna, etc. Start the session there. So let's get it going. Jumping back in. All right. Where are we at? All right, guitar number 2. And let's take EG1 and go back to waveform. Bring playlist up for this. Yeah, I'm a little clunky in Pro Tools still. I don't use it every day. I kind of just use it just long enough to get out of it, and then I'm not in it for a while.
That'll blow you away. A baby that'll rock a rooster that can cock a doodle doodle doodles all day. Oh, we ain't rich, but there's a 70-inch pan
Okay, so far, like this part, they're very similar. And I want to say, what do we got? 2, 1. Yeah, let's listen to this one real quick.
That'll blow you away. A baby that'll rock a rooster that cock a doodle doodle doodles all day. Oh, we ain't rich, but there's a 70-inch Panasonic hanging on the wall. In this land of the free, makes me believe that one day we could have it all.
Kind of like just this part, but we're gonna have to check because we got utility instruments and all that kind of stuff. With the other guitar, it was a lot easier and a lot simpler to make some decisions here because it was just pretty much just the rhythm. This one's starting to do a little bit of articulation, and it could be getting in the way of the steel, could be getting in the way of the piano. So let's bring those instruments in, including the keys. And now listen in more context.
A baby that'll rock a rooster that cock a doodle doodle doodles all day. Oh, we ain't.
Perfect example. Fiddle and guitar tried to do a stab there. This take we got to live with there, which is good. This is the right answer.
We ain't rich, but there's a 70-inch Panasonic hanging on the wall. In this land of the free, makes me believe that one day we could have it all.
Okay, so we were listening to this bottom one, and I actually kind of didn't mind it. But I do want to hear the original. I like the original so far. Okay, so that's pretty conservative. Yeah, that's pretty conservative. Let's see if I can throw this up top and see what that does. No, I like maybe even just going to here, throwing that up. See, that's nice. I don't mind that. And then I kind of dug the idea of taking one of these things, but I got to figure out which one I want to do.
We ain't rich, but there's a 70-inch Panasonic hanging on the wall. In this land of the free, makes me believe that one day we ain't rich, but there's a 70-inch. In this land of the free, makes
This one. Fiddle was still going back here. Yeah, pretty much just this one, I think. Throw that up. Make sure it's clean.
we ain't rich, but there's a 70-inch Panasonic hanging on the wall. In this land of the free, makes me believe that one day. In this land of the free, makes me believe that one day.
And now let's just still audition this bit through here.
In this land of the free, makes me believe that one day we could have it all.
Kind of like it all the way to about here. I like when the stereo image gets really bouncy, like it kind of bounces from left to right in your ear.
In this land of the free, makes me believe that one day we could have it all.
All right, now let's compare. Well, not compare, but let's put even more context in. Oh, hold on here. Let's listen to the comp. Might be too much right through here. Also, vocal. Always got to keep that in mind. Cool. Yeah, with the vocal, that was just fighting the vocal. So never be afraid to go against your original decision. Just double check at the end. All right, moving on. All right, hold on. Let's listen back. All right, I need to double check this other electric guitar. Let's listen to this. It's all quiet, which that's all right. Okay, so another thing that I just noticed as I'm listening kind of more in context, whoops. We have to revisit this. And as much as I like the part, I'm going to have to kind of not do this part because it changes the feel of the rhythm here. So let's listen back with it. Just feels weird. This one kind of changes it to this weird kind of thing. So I'll bring this guy back. Maybe I'll just keep the fill. Let's revisit this one entirely, actually. There we go. Okay, that's easy. Easy fix. Easy thing to kind of point out too. All right, back to the other one. What am I looking for? Waveform. One thing that's interesting as I'm doing this stream here is I have all these lights on and it's a lot harder to look at the screen. I don't normally look at the screen for 2 hours straight with these lights on, so that's fun. That's a new one. Let me check the comments here. Yeah, Pro Tools, definitely. And let's see. Donna says I should do a double stream on Twitch. And yeah, I think I could probably do that. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact I could pull that off. I just don't have a Twitch account. And yeah, but maybe I should. Everybody should let me know if that'd be cool. All right, where am I at with this one? I threw the verse here. Let's go back to the other guitar, pull this one down, push that one up. Yeah, cool. All of that through there is really cool. I'm going to listen back to this option. And also, we got a good comment in here. Is it just me or is that reggae guitar part, you know, the reggae guitar part doesn't make much sense in the verse. Feels like it takes away from the country feel. So I think part of that is the mix, which this isn't mixed. This is literally just faders kind of set so I can monitor and edit. But listening in, right? Most of this feel is actually going to come from the acoustics in this section, the acoustics and all the utility stuff. So if I were to pull these down, so if we push this piano back up here, bring the guitars up a little bit more so you kind of get a better feel, bring the bass in. Yeah, so much of that is going to come from that, and that's really what's going to push that kind of back towards that country direction, because these two electric guitars aren't really doing a whole lot. They're just kind of doing some rhythmic stuff. But yeah, you're right on the money. You got to consider that. So that's a good thing to think about. Good ear. All right, let's listen to what this one sounds like, and make sure I pull these guys back down. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, okay, let's audition these. kind of like this one. This got some vibe to it, but does it get in the way of anything? That's always the next question. So I like this part, but it is conflicting quite a bit. I wouldn't say conflicting, but it's building up a lot of resonance because it's living in the same kind of space as this other guitar. Few parts to pay attention to. So I think I like this guy, and then this guy. So we're gonna comp this up. Dirty comp. Also, I like this one too. It's the same notes as the top lane, so I'm gonna throw that up too. Throw that one up. Okay, let's double check what's going on here again. Whoa, Pro Tools, come on. Okay. So I definitely want this stuff throughout here. That just kind of leaves a lot more room for the other utility instruments. But the question is now this final back half here. So I kind of do like all the way up to about somewhere in here. Probably just have to do that. And also, why not? Let's go this far with it. Not doing anything crazy in the way, it just kind of becomes more of a technical mix thing. All right, let's clean these up. Where'd we go? Getting lost in Pro Tools and the way it kind of interacts. All right. All right, that's good. All right, let's play back from about here.
For the day that is cold enough so we can jump in. Living the American dream. Hey, you know where I'd rather be. Hot dogs and sweet ice tea. Nobody counting calories. Got everything we almost need. Hey, it's triple wide reality. You and me, baby, living the American dream.
Okay, cool. So the guitars work well together there. They're cool. But let's make sure that they're not fighting now against the other stuff. Now, it's always at this stage that I'm like super picky about what my comps are doing, and I am taking my time with it.
For the day that is cold enough so we can jump in. Living the American dream. Hey, you know where I'd rather be. Hot dogs and sweet ice tea. Nobody. For the day that is cold enough so we can jump in. Living the American dream. Hey, you know where I'd rather be. Hot dogs and sweet ice tea. Nobody counting calories. Got everything we almost need. Hey, it's triple wide reality. You and me, baby, living the American dream.
Cool. All right, that's good. All the other stuff will be mix technical stuff. Let's check this section.
Living the American dream. I know where I'd rather be. Living the American dream. I know where I'd rather be. Oh, big and
I kind of like that in there. Let's throw it in. Also, what does this sound like here? Oh yeah, that's the top line. Throw that up.
Nobody counting calories. Got everything we almost need. Hey, it's triple wide reality.
Ooh, I think we have a good question here. Let me read it out. So, does editing a part of, I'm pretty sure I'm going to interpret this, but does editing a part of mixing service, or, so is editing a part of the mixing service, or is it in the producing realm? Yeah, I would say, well, what I'm doing here, you know, the act of editing would certainly kind of fall into mixing, but the choices that I'm making are falling into the producing side of things. So I'm kind of sort of picking and choosing as if, you know, I'm producing the track up, right? And the other aspect of that I think is important to note is that, you know, you could do this as an editor too. You know, sometimes you're comping because of editing needs. So if you were just an editor, you'd probably be making similar choices anyway. Because if you're thinking about like, does this part work with the next part good? Then you're probably going to land on similar choices as a producer might. So that's really all you're doing. But then when you think about it, when we were at the studio, you know, I'm also kind of listening for some of this stuff too, to make sure that I like what they're playing, you know, and I'm so picky about like the rhythm side of things and how it feels in the tempo and the drums, where the fills are. I focus on that a lot. And then if I hear something that's just way off base from the other instruments, you know, that's where I'm like, hey, we got to shift gears there. And then the utility stuff I pay big attention to, like the steel, the fiddle, guitar solos, keys, because that's all stuff I can't play. And it helps me to get it right while I'm there. The guitar work, I could go back and redo guitar parts if I wanted to, or if I needed to in the worst case scenario. So really, really great question there. It's kind of both, but anyways, let's get back to this. All right, so yeah, this is just the end of it here. So I know we're probably going to Frankenstein this one too. Let's pull up this guitar part one more time so we hear it better. So we're gonna have to use for sure. And sometimes when you're doing this comping and editing and stuff like that, sometimes it's better to rule out, you know, like know for a fact, like, okay, this I know I'm sticking with, and then work backwards. Also, this Pro Tools scrolling is just killing me here. Okay, it's so touchy. I have that like Apple mouse, and that's, I think, what's doing it here. Okay, so I like these bars. I'm gonna have to use those bars, okay? But right here, I like those. Those are cool. So those are going to the top. All right, so we know that's that. I'll go back through, we'll clean the comp up once we choose all the parts. This is the final chorus, right? So we want all the energy up. So, you know, I know this performance, he had a lot more energy in it. So probably something like that, I want to say. But what happens right on this bar? That's the question. So he's leaving a lot more space here. He's kind of playing the exact same thing, but just more space, which is conservative, which is always good when you got all of these other things happening. So let's pull those up too. Keep that in mind. These players are so talented, and they're thinking 5 steps ahead 99% of the time. Okay, now that we got those utility things up, let's push this. Let's pump this one in. Yeah, cool. Okay, we could totally use this this whole section through here. But I will keep this one, I think, at the front. It's just a little more interesting. So let's go back. I'll also push this right to that transient And we'll clean up the edit there too. We're almost done here. Okay, yeah, so it's not like crazy energy. So yeah, we'll just stick with this one. And what does he play just before this on the upstroke? Yeah, okay. Here's what we'll do. I think. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that's probably going to be the part. Now I need a lot of this out. Okay. There's a bit of a pop here that we need to fix. Nice. Then bring this back. Question is how far? Probably about there. Nice. All right, what are these two options? That's cool. Why didn't we go with that one? Let's bring some stuff back in. Yeah, I like the little tremolo-y thing. That's cool. All right, guitars are done. We have, let's see. How do I focus all tracks? I don't know that shortcut in this one. It's probably the same thing as in Luna, but... Oh, derp. Waveform. I think track groups are off. Oh, yeah, there we go. I think that's about right. Cool. All right, so with these final ones here, I'm really just, I like what they're playing. I'm not really gonna deep dive them too much. I just want to make sure that the fades are looking good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good. Whoa, Pro Tools, come on. Okay, that's just crazy sensitive on this mouse. One thing that's really cool in Luna is you don't have to like keep clicking solo for every track. Like you can just drag, click and drag. I love that. Very easy to notice it missing here.
I got a backyard pool.
So I really like making sure that the fades are like very clean and tight where they need to be. Yeah. All right, that's cool. I think that's a bit about it for that. And now we just got the fiddle.
I got a modular home in a tornado zone, but a view that'll blow you away. A baby that'll rock, a rooster that cock will doodle-doodles all day. Oh, we ain't rich, but there's a 70-inch Panasonic hanging on the wall.
Fiddle rules. Nice, clean. Yep, that doesn't need to be there. These all look pretty good. Yeah, cool, good. All right, how do I make all the tracks fit? There's like a marquee button, I think. Don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out later. Why don't we just do that? Is tracks groups not on or something? I think the title of this video should be like Pro Tools Noob Stumbles Around Pro Tools. All right, that's an edit. So I think I'll probably be doing, oh, great question. I see this. You don't use UF1 as transport on Pro Tools. So I've been trying to get this working with Pro Tools, and I tried today right before the stream because, yeah, I absolutely want to use the transport, but I've done something wrong with Pro Tools, the Pro Tools install and the update today, when I updated Pro Tools today. Because this is literally the first time I jumped into Pro Tools in like weeks, and can't get it to work. So Pro Tools, come on. They use Yukon protocol like primarily, and I think that there's something to do with that. And I'm just not very versed in the control surface world of Yukon. So I don't know what I've done wrong. I know it needs to be in HUI mode in Pro Tools, which I try to select, but the little option doesn't show up. So that's a bit weird, but yeah, I would have loved to have used this, especially with the fader access. That would have made things way smoother. And a lot of the commands that I use to like consolidate tracks and stuff, I could just put it across the top here and I'd have been way faster at that. But yeah, I would definitely have used that. Anyways, I'm probably gonna be doing another one of these streams. You guys will get an alert, and I'll be likely setting up the session for the Luna aspect of this live as well, and it'll probably be later this week. So if you guys enjoyed this live stream, if you enjoyed it, yeah, just like button, keep the comments coming, subscribe if you're not subscribed. You know, I'll be doing more of these. As a matter of fact, I plan on expanding it even further into something bigger, but more on that in another video. But for now, guys, thanks so much for joining. Again, if you'd like to support the channel, you can go to thestevekinney.com. You can find the latest track presets for Luna. More of those will be coming along the way in time, of course, but the ones that I have now work natively with Luna, which is really cool. On that note, I haven't done a video on it yet, but I have had to drop support for Windows. I don't have a Windows machine. Yeah, that was a headache. The only Windows thing that I had was dual booted, and every time I loaded it up, I had to backdate software and then reinstall software, and then it was buggy, and yeah, it was really difficult to manage that. So I had to drop it, unfortunately, but Luna on Mac, it's great. Same with UF8 and the UF system. I'm going to be keeping that all Mac. Just, it's my workflow, giving it to you guys. And then also on that note, if you guys want to do one-on-ones with me directly, we can do that. That's on the website as well. So yeah, I love doing that. I've met some really cool people through doing those things, and that's been fun. So outside of that, that's the stream, guys. What do you think of the song? You can follow Katrina at Katrina_Burgoyne. Cat, leave it in the chat if you're still watching. But yeah, check out Katrina Burgoyne on Instagram and Spotify. This song, literally, this is the second few hours that we've worked on it. We tracked it in an hour, and the edit so far has taken longer than the tracking. But yeah, so you follow us along in this journey of this track, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next round of streams. So cheers, guys.